I'm Renee Ritchie, your creator liaison, and today I'm here with Sarah Ali. Sarah, what do you do at YouTube?
I lead our product teams across a variety of products, from YouTube Shorts to our creation experiences, including some of the announcements we made today, and YouTube community products like community posts.
So a lot of the fun stuff.
I mean, I would say it's really fun.
We were talking just before the show about how creators can have all these different options, and that's a good thing. I think sometimes creators feel like, oh, I have to make shorts, I have to make long form, I have to go live. But you were saying it really is just about providing options.
That's the way I think about it is, like, you shouldn't have to do any one format to be successful. The idea is, like, we want to help you tell your story. We want to help you be your most creative, and shorts can be a great way to do that. Long form can be a great way to do that. Going live is another way to reach your audience. And so the way that me and my team think about it is we want to give you, like, the tools and the options to be able to express yourself. And that might be different at different times in your, like, creative journey, even different times in your life.
So let's talk about YouTube Create a little bit. First, like, what is it?
Think of YouTube Create. It's a standalone, more advanced editing app. So it will let you create short form, but also longer form videos. There's no limit on the time length, and we've added features that make it easy to, like, think of all the videos that are on your camera roll, and you want to bring them together and edit on your phone. So not having to go, find your desktop computer. Like, if I was, right after this right now, you wanted to edit this video, Renee, you should be able to take out Create, edit it, and it has features that should make that easy. Like, for example, when you add music, you can match to the beat. And so we're still, like, in the early days. We still want to build this alongside creators, but think of it as, like, your powerful advanced editing tool right in your pocket.
I mean, we're thinking about this a lot because for some people, like, the camera app in the YouTube app is great. Like, you can get started with that. You can make your shorts. But I think at a certain point, you're going to want to be a little bit more sophisticated. Like, your vision is I want to bring these clips in, to your point. I want to add these things. I want to have, like, the music control. And it seems like that's a good path for you to grow into.
Yeah, exactly. And I think of it as an and, right? There are going to be some stories that you want to tell. Like, maybe you're watching something and you're like, oh, really inspired by it, and you want to remix it. And, like, so you're going to start from the camera. And then there's going to be other stories you want to tell where you have, like, all of these different, videos on your camera roll. You should be able to bring all of those different types of ideas to the world. And so that's how we think of it. It's like, it's really an and.
In Create, it just feels very organic. Like, I want this here, therefore I'm going to move it here. I want to cut this here, therefore I'm going to cut. It feels like you're finger painting with editing, maybe is a way to describe it.
I think I'm going to use that. Okay. But yeah, the idea should be that you're not having to think so much about how do I use this tool, right? It's what is the video, what is the content that I want to actually create versus having to figure out a new tool.
Yeah, you don't have two jobs. You have to learn the thing and make the thing. It's getting out of the way and letting you make the thing.
Yes, creators have enough jobs. We'd like to, help and hopefully make it more fun and delightful on the way.
And you mentioned something earlier that really resonated with me because, like, I do use a desktop editor and I've been editing since the video toaster. I didn't want to know how long ago that was. But sometimes I'm on the go and I'm at an event and I just need to get something done, and finding my computer, finding power, launching it, ingesting footage, all of that takes a really long time. And I noticed at Google I/O, we had a bunch of creators there and they're all editing in Premiere or Resolve or Final Cut, but a lot of them were just pulling out their phones because they wanted to get that short or they wanted to get that video up immediately. This is great for those kinds of creators as well, who just need to get something done in the moment.
Exactly. Like, the thing to think about is, like, imagine if you wanted to send an email or a message and you had to wait until you got to a specific device. Well, like, we don't have to do that anymore. And so I think it's the exact same thing. If you have an idea you want to tell the world, like, why should you have to wait?
Now, there are, like, a lot of existing apps on editing. I could go back to, like, iMovie on iPhone or CapCut or all of these different tools. What is Google or what is YouTube's unique vision for the kind of editor that we want to make?
If you want to create something for YouTube, we want to make it really, really easy for you. And think about the up and coming creators, the people who are going to be creating next, and they're trying to figure out, okay, I want to create a long form video. Well, we believe they shouldn't have to go research and figure out or pay for an app. Why don't we just give them an app that will help them along their creative journey and to express themselves? We also thought it was really important to add royalty-free music.
Yeah.
So that's something that's, like, a big deal. And we made that, like, really, really easy with shorts, right? We have the music library built in, but we thought, well, for long form too, we wanted to have royalty-free music.
I love that. I think that is really where YouTube can shine because we have deep knowledge and understanding of video and also all the tools of AI and machine learning, all of those things to understand your video.
Exactly. Even that interface, the team spent a lot of time with creators to try to get it right and make it feel intuitive. When they counted it up, it was over 3,000 creators. And, like, this was throughout throughout the process.
Yeah.
Like our first versions weren't that intuitive, right? But when you actually watch people use it, it gets better and better and better. So the team had a vision and then worked alongside creators to get there, to make it.
How are you looking at generative AI, and especially with the first slate of tools that we're giving to creators?
Yeah, so the way me and my team look at it is AI is this like amazing opportunity to help people be their most creative. So what I mean by that is, if I have an idea right now, or you have an idea right now, you probably have better ideas than me.
No.
And we can imagine it. Well, now we can create it, because
Yeah.
it's as easy as, now I have an idea for my video. Well, I don't have to go create the background image or the video. Well, what if I could just type that in? And that can be fantastical things. That can be realistic things. If I can dream it, well, of course I can type it, and then we can output and create it.
So with Dream Screen, creators will be able to just like green screen, but instead of having just a green background or having to composite something, they can text to image and text to video to create, like generate all new backgrounds.
That's right. So like if I wanted to, generate myself underwater, I could just type that in, right? Create an underwater background. And then it gets even more interesting. Well, I want to be underwater and I want elephants there. Like you can now start to make fantastical things, or create a cloudy day background.
Yeah.
Actually make the clouds pink. So it really becomes, if you can think it, that you can create it. I think what's going to be really interesting is when creators start to see what other people create, right?
Yeah.
And then like the community is like basically putting out these ideas, and now more and more people can participate, create, riff on each other.
So creators do have like a little bit of anxiety around AI. Like we want AI to help us to create things we couldn't on our own, to create more than we have the capacity to do, but we don't want it to become the creator. We still want to be the creator. So how do you factor all of that into, like, I know YouTube's already talking about principles and things, but how do you factor that into product?
I mean, the creative ideas will always come from the people. And so the way that we think about this is, it starts with your idea, right? It starts with your idea, or like your idea building on top of someone else's idea, and then the tools are what bring it to life, right? And the other thing here is that on the responsible front, we've been doing AI like as product and engineering and design teams for a long time, right? We use it like for responsibility aspects. We use it in things like ranking. So I think the great news there is that we're familiar with it. Mm-hmm. We're approaching it like in a bold way, but that also means being really responsible.
Especially because, as you said, like it's a continual feedback loop with creators. Like you're not just giving us stuff, you're involving us in the process, which I love.
Yeah, and we love to hear from you. We love to hear from you. Doesn't matter how many subs you have. We love to hear. We really, really love to hear from you, because that's how we learn, and we'll make the products better for you.
So when you're looking forward, when you're thinking about the future of like your team's work and where else it can go, I know no spoilers, you can't tell us exactly what's coming out next month, but just in general, how are you thinking about the future of creator tools and new experiences?
Think of us continuing to add features that, one, make it easy to be really, really creative. So we're going to build on these, right? What you see now is some of those are like the first version, right? Yeah. It's like you're really seeing the first version 1.0 of Dream Screen. And you can imagine us giving you, more prompts to help you be more creative and things like that. But a lot more to come there. We're really in the early days. Like we're in the super early days when it comes to generative, which is exciting. I think one of the things that's always inspired me about YouTube and our creators is no gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And it was one of the things I was really excited about when I joined YouTube 11 years ago. Like, there are no gatekeepers. You want to put your voice out to the world? Like, we're going to help you find an audience, and you don't need to get the permission. I see this journey that we've been going on. So, before even to be on the TV screen, you had to get permission. And then we said, actually, you can be on every screen, and you don't have to think about it as a creator. And then we said, well, shorts will help lower the barriers for more people to tell their stories, and for creators to tell new stories. And then now think of generative, taking that even to another level. Like anybody who has an idea can express themselves.
So insiders, if you have any comments for us, please just leave them below. Sarah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. This is such a pleasure.
And for all of you, keep it real.